All right, guys. So I'm asked a lot, how do you get a good draw shot? I just seem to struggle with the draw shot, okay? You may have watched some videos and different things online. I'm going to go a little bit more in depth to most of the teachers out there that I find talk about this subject, where they say, you got to follow through. Anyways, there are about 5 or 6 or 7 key factors, okay? You put them all together, you'll be drawing like crazy and you'll make it look easy because you won't be putting any effort into it, all right? So you don't need to, and I struggled with this too because I used to put a little too much into the draw shots until I learned how to smoothen them out and I actually got more results. Okay, smoothen them out. All right, so let's get into the key factors which produce healthy draw shots. Perfect. I was trying to stretch. All right. First off, guys, you're always asking me about what kind of tip to use. What hardness, what type, what brand. The tips don't really matter that much. If you're an advanced player and you can really tell the difference between how a tip reacts, great. That's good. I do have my preference. I'm not going to tell you which brand, but this is a soft, and for this shaft, I kind of need a soft tip because the medium just feels a little hard, okay? So I use a soft, but on my other cues, I use mediums all day long, and I can draw the ball very good, okay? So the tip kind does not really matter. What matters is the shape, okay? Get a nice dime or nickel curvature on your tip. A rounder tip is going to make flusher contact with a round cue ball. Okay? If you have a completely flat tip, you are going to struggle with these and you may end up miscuing a little more often. Okay? You're not going to get the contact as the tip rolls on the cue ball because it kind of does as it hits a round object, just makes better contact as it's coming as it makes contact with the round object itself, okay? So that being said, make sure you have a proper tip and chalk up, all right? It's an important shot, which I just missed, but we got good draw. Okay, guys, the next important factor is getting low with your tip, okay? Aim it low, get nice and close to the tablecloth. All right, when you're looking at your tip from above, because your head is above the table, it looks like you're pretty low. But when you actually look at where you're making contact, sometimes you're actually just below center. Okay, so get nice and low. If you don't flinch, if you have a smooth stroke, you're not going to fly the cue ball off the table. You're not going to scoop it. You're not going to miss cue. If you're keeping it smooth, if you have a round tip, if you make sure you chalk, okay? So get that low, low to go, baby. All right? This is one of the most important factors in getting draw. And if you are struggling with draw, I almost guarantee you this is your major problem. Okay? I'm going to go into the next point is actually going to be combined with this, but it is not dropping the elbow. Okay? So what happens when you're shooting like this and you move your whole arm? Okay? You see my tip? It's going straight up. Yes, that's a little dramatic, but even if it only moves this much from here to here, by the time I contact the cue ball, it's about an inch higher, meaning I'm not getting any draw on that ball. Okay? So have a pure stroke. Just move the forearm part of your arm. Try to keep this still. Okay? And first, just do some softer shots. Okay? And then you can actually put a little bit more into it. Get a full table draw. Okay? Keep that from seesawing. You don't want your cue to seesaw. All right? So watch my arm. I'm not going to have a lot of movement in here. Okay, then drop my shoulder. My tip did not come up. All right, now let's get into two other factors that help to promote that healthy stroke. All right, if you don't want to seesaw when you take a shot, do not death grip your cue. Do not death grip it. When there's no mobility here in your wrist, if your wrist is not flexible and your hand is not flexible, it's going to potentially want to make you drop your whole arm, okay? Because when that's really tight, there's just no movement in here. There's no flexibility. It causes you to do a whole arm stroke. And what happens to your tip? Yeah, it comes up. Okay, so number one there, as far as that is concerned, keep a loose grip. Let there be some flexibility in the wrist, okay? Because that just helps promote a straighter stroke, okay? Just be moving the top of the forearm part of your arm. Try not to drop your shoulder. There are some good players that do some elbow drop and they still manage to get draw on the ball. But if you're just learning and you're struggling, don't do that right now. Try to keep this part of your arm still. And the main way to do that is to not death grip your cue. Next, still talking about your grip hand, don't be grabbing the back of your cue. When you do, your arm is way back here. When you shoot, it's going to want to naturally make this part of your arm move as well. Be at least 90 degrees when you're up to the cue ball. Okay, your arm should be facing straight down to the floor, or even just a hair forward. If you're doing draw, it's actually okay to be a little bit more forward, in my opinion. It promotes a draw stroke. Okay, it's actually going to force your tip to come downward instead of upward. When you're way back here, your arm wants to do this. You want to start doing a seesaw action. Okay, but when you're here, it's actually easy to do the forearm stroke. Okay, and it actually produces your tip to come down a bit. Now, that's not necessarily that great because you could scoop the ball if you're actually pushing downward. But if you're struggling with draw shots, an inch or two forward is definitely better than a few inches backwards from your 90-degree line. Okay, you don't want to be back here. This is optimal, but this is okay as well. Okay, you see that, guys? All right, so let's get into the next factor. All right, guys, when you put all those together, there's one more factor, and you hear everybody talk about it all the time, and that is follow through, follow through, follow through. Now, follow through is not essential to get a draw shot. Watch. In fact, I'll do a little jab stroke on this. I'm hardly going to have a follow through at all, and I'll get lots of draw on it. Okay, just check it out. Work with me here for a minute. Okay, we got lots of draw. I virtually had no follow through there. You know what? For a long time, I used to draw like that. And then I started smoothing out the stroke. Why do you want to follow through? Because it becomes more natural. Your accuracy increases, and it's just a more stable shot. Okay? You don't flinch. Muscles don't tighten up at the wrong time. You're just it's a natural flowing shot like any other shot, whether you're playing topspin or stun shot or whatever. It's a natural flowing shot. Okay, check it out. You see, that time I had a nice full follow through. Got lots of draw on it. Just easier to control. It's easier to smoothen out the shot. Okay, when you're jabbing at it, things just can go wrong a little more often. Okay, because you're flinching, you're tightening up. You can fly the cue ball off the table. All right, so here's a little jab shot again. Okay, without a follow through. Okay, watch. I'm gonna flinch. I might even move my body a little bit. I don't know. Yes, I got lots of draw. but it wasn't a natural, smooth stroke. Okay, so is it required to get backspin that you have to follow through? No. All right, it absolutely is not. Will you increase your odds and make more consistent shape and have a smoother shot all the way around? Absolutely. Okay, follow through, guys. Okay, I'm still nice and low. I'm putting everything together that we talked about now. And look at that. Okay. Ooh, just about scratched. I was trying to. All right, guys, draw the ball like a pro. We'll talk soon.